Well, I managed to get the tractor inside the tractor shed, but there's a problem. The carb has picked up some dirt. It's been about 5 years since I taken the carburetor off last time, so I got to pull it down and take it apart. There's a little vent just on the back side of this that vents air into the float bowl. It'll get some kind of debris in it. Last time it was a grass seed. Then it'll let the float bowl fill, but only slowly. And the engine pulls the gas out faster than it fills. So it'll run 15-20 seconds and then choke out. So I got to take the carb off. I've already pulled the filter. That's going to be something that I got to do. We got company coming over. Ryan's down for the day today, and so I'm not going to be working on the tractor. Had an idea. On this end of the tractor shed, I was going to put just a workbench. And I bought 4x4s, and I've got some other lumber here to make a bench out of so that I can set. It'll do two things. It'll give me a work surface, and it also gives me a place to set the hydro hoe and the plow up off the dirt so that they'll not rust, and out of the way so that I can get the tractor in and out. It also leaves room enough for the plow to stay on the back of the tractor. That way I can have the grader blade back there, which is a handy thing to have on there. And I'll be able to pull the tractor in and out. If I need something, I'll be able to use the engine hoist on the back of the tractor to pick the stuff off the workbench. But at the same time, I thought, it would really be nice to have a hoist in here. Not necessarily a monorail crane running down through the center, although that would be sweet. A bridge crane would be even better. But because I raised up the tent a good 6 inches off the ground, I've got another 6 inches of roof space. That means it's way up overhead. I used to be able to touch the pipes up on the top of the frame while I was standing on the ground. So now these side pipes are just in reach, and that's up there 2 feet. So I got enough room to put a crane rail in here and not bump my head on it. That's a good thing. So I'm thinking I'm going to put a bench there, and I'm going to set 2 4x4s out here and string a piece of either 4-inch angle iron or 4-inch I-beam or a couple of pieces of channel. I'm not sure which. Depends on which one's less expensive and which one works better. I've got a trolley already, and I have plenty of hoists, and I think that would let me do work on the tractor and the mower up on the workbench by just picking the thing up and setting it up on there, and either with the engine hoist or using the crane. And if I wanted to work on something, I wouldn't have to have the tractor with the engine hoist on it back here to do something. That's going to make working on the mowers a lot easier. It's going to turn this into a real workshop instead of just a storage shed. There's also going to be a piece of paneling across the back of the back there so that canvas doesn't flap back and forth. I'm going to slip a piece of PVC pipe in the bottom and stiffen that up. Then I'm going to attach through the PVC pipe into some 1/2-inch OSB board, and that'll seal that up and keep the wind and stuff from blowing in. It's coming along. Not quick as I want it to, but it's coming along. It seems like there's a lot more room in here, but that's just because I don't have anything in the back. By the time I put a wood chipper, a plow, a hydro hoe, and a little workspace in here, it's going to be pretty well crowded. But at least this way I got enough room to walk between the tractor and the side, on both sides. I used to just park the tractor off to one side, and then I'd walk in on in on the wide side. But I think I'm going to modify that process a bit. So that's an update for today. Probably won't do any more work on it this weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on. one of the things that's happening is there's a company over there clearing space for an addition to the school. And they've been chopping off trees. Now the line of trees that they're going to cut supposedly ended right there. That's supposedly all they're going to cut. They only cut the ones that are marked orange. Ah, there's a couple out there that are marked orange. Those are old mulberry trees. That's not anything that I'm going to miss. They have left some of the bigger trees, and those trees in the back there belong to the neighbor, and they're going to leave those. She gets to keep her garden, all those nice ferns and everything. I think the cool thing is they're clearing out the brush so that you get a little sunlight in there, and they're going to make it grass instead of just a high thicket of poison ivy and grapevines. They're going to go through and thin out the trees. I can see there's an orange marked tree there, and that old crumbled up stump back there needs to go. There's also a barn foundation back in the back. You can see pieces of it right about there. That would be nice to have that gone too. It would be great to have it a place that you can walk through. So that's what's happening here at the house. And you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you probably Monday.